Welcome back to KHTS Radio. We are currently live with Senator Scott Wilk. How are you doing today, Scott?
I'm well, and how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. I am ready for the holiday season. I am sure you are ready to relax and get back home as well.
Absolutely. Already started.
As you should have. So, over here at KHTS, we had our Christmas party the other day. I am full of cookies and cinnamon rolls and all sorts of good breakfast food. But let's take a look at what you've been up to this year in Sacramento. You have had a very busy year as the leader of the Republican caucus, which I believe you just handed off power to someone else for. Is that correct?
Yeah, I handed off a week ago Monday to Senator Brian Jones from San Diego County.
Awesome. So, what were some of the things
It
that
is. It is awesome.
what were some of the things that you were focusing on as the leader of the Republican caucus?
Yeah. Well, being in the minority, we're supposed to be, the loyal opposition, and despite all the acrimony that you see on social media and stuff, we probably agree. Hey, knock it off. Agree 85% of the time. And so when we agree, we work with them because I've always I came into the legislature with the attitude to always try to get to yes.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're wrong, we have an obligation to our constituents to stand up for their values. And I'd say our big win this year was the rebate you're getting from the governor. I know not everybody's got it yet, but they will be getting it no later than January. Because if you remember, every January 10th, the governor releases his or her proposed budget for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And in Governor Newsom's budget, he advocated not implementing the 3.1 cent sales tax increase that was scheduled to go into effect July 1 of this year. That's part of SB 1, the gas tax, which I voted no on a number of years ago. So he said, we're going to suspend that. The Senate Pro Tem, who's the leader of the Senate, a Democrat, and the Assembly Speaker, leader of the Assembly, a Democrat, both said, oh, no, we're going to go ahead and increase it. Well, we went out, all of our members, and really advocated hard and made the case that, drivers, needed relief. I don't know if you know this, but out of the top 10 super commuter cities in the country, Santa Clarita is actually number 7 on that list, which I was surprised. Palmdale's on that list, I think, at 3. But Santa Clarita's on there at 7. So we have a lot of constituents who drive a lot of miles. And so we were looking for relief. So anyway, long and short of it, we advocated just 1 year suspension of the entire gas tax, which is 51.1 cents. The governor ended up pushing this, rebate, kind of based upon a number of criteria. So most people are going to get around $400 back in the way of a credit card with $400 on it. And even though it's not everything we wanted, because we wanted immediate relief, particularly for those who have to drive a long way, it is better than what the Democrats were going to do, which is give the people nothing.
Yeah, and as somebody who has been getting all of the emails from your office, we see that you've been doing a lot of work, especially for the gas tax this year. So my wallet thanks you very much. I also remember that when
you're
when you were originally named leader of the House minority, one of the big things that a lot of people were saying, not just Republicans, is that you're incredibly respected as someone who is willing to work across the aisle. You don't stick by party lines when it comes against getting things done. So that is something that it's not just your constituents are saying. That is something that we're hearing from everywhere. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, in fact, it's not going to be announced until January. So there was a caucus that formed about 2 years ago called the Problem Solver Caucus.
Mm-hmm.
And it is moderate members of both parties. So it's bipartisan, bicameral. And in January, and when you're a legislative leader, you cannot be in that caucus, which totally makes sense. But since I have stepped down, I'm going to be named Senate co-chair of the Problem Solver Caucus. We'll have a meeting in January to figure out what our agenda is going to be. We're having discussions now, but I'm really looking forward to hopefully having a positive impact on policy in my final 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. You have termed out, haven't you?
Not yet. Everybody keeps pushing me out the door, but November 30th, 2024.
Well, I hope your last couple of years here in the Senate representing Santa Clarita go smoothly. And I hope your term on the Problem Solvers Caucus goes as well, because I believe our former Assemblywoman, Suzette Martinez Valladares, was a member of that caucus.
Suzette Valladares was on that caucus, yes.
Awesome. Well, I hope that goes well. We're coming to the end of our time here. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to your constituents for the holiday season or for the upcoming year?
Yeah, I just wish everybody a happy holiday season and hopefully a prosperous 2023. Looking at the stock market not doing too well, and of course that definitely affects revenue into the state of California. We're already projected to have a $25 billion deficit. I believe it's going to be more than that based upon what's been going on in the market. And fortunately, under Governor Brown and the legislative Republicans, we put on the ballot and the voters approved a rainy day fund, which is kind of soften that blow. And I'm hoping this year we can just kind of kick the can down the road and not have to make severe cuts with the hopes of the economy recovering. But we'll see what happens.
Well, thank you very much for calling in, and I wish you a happy holiday season.
Okay, you too, Jade. Thanks a lot.
Of course. For more information on what Senator Scott Wilk has been up to, as well as all of our representatives here in the Santa Clarita Valley, head on over to our website or tune in to KHTS FM 98.1 AM 1220 and hometownstation.com.